What's up? This is Community Corner with SugaBear and La Molly, and we are here in the middle of downtown at Bar Red with Zach Young. Zach, thank you so much for letting us crash your bar.
What's up, man? Thanks for having us.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So this bar has been around, you said 11 years.
We opened in 2013.
But you've been a part of the restaurant scene like your whole life, right?
My dad had restaurants when I was growing up, and then my grandfather on my mom's side had a bar. It closed before I was born, but it was like a big thing in our family. Yeah, my mom, she ultimately worked with autistic kids, but she used to work in restaurants and all. That's where my dad actually met her. So yeah, it was inevitable.
So what is your concept behind Bar Red?
When we opened, we knew we were gonna kind of have a Mediterranean and Italian. We knew we wanted to have kind of a nightlife thing, but also split it and make sure we had a good food program. And over time, we kind of figured out that we're popular for dinner and late night drinks and events and private parties, and that's kind of the direction it went. And when Luke took the menu over exclusively, we really made it more Italian. You know, Luke's background is in French, but growing up, he was born in Chicago, and he had a stepdad and a godmother. His stepdad was Greek, his godmother was Italian, and so he grew up cooking a lot of that. And so, yeah, it just kind of clicked.
And the food is delicious, which we're about to find out.
Yeah.
But I think, too, one of the things that sets Bar Red apart is you're really creating a scene for local and independent hip hop artists.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
A couple times a month we throw events, and one of them is a hip hop event. And we've been doing that since we opened. Sometimes it's neo soul, sometimes it's hip hop, sometimes it's just a DJ. But over time, it really kind of turned into where, because we had a lot of connections with these kind of old school hip hop artists, we were able to bring guys you wouldn't normally see in Denver and have them headline and then give the opening spots to people out here. And like you said, it really has kind of turned into a community where we see a lot of the same people, and some of these people are too young to even know who that headliner is. Some of them are just stoked that the headliner's here because they're like me, where they thought, oh, you got this guy or that guy. And so that's kind of how that, morphed. And originally, we called it a hip hop dinner party. And that worked really well for us during COVID, like when everything opened back up, because we would sell tables when we had you could only have a certain amount of people in here and spaced out. So we would still do the music, but people would book tables. And the hip hop dinner party thing kind of stuck. And so sometimes when we promote it like that. And just kind of depends on how busy we think the show will be. But yeah.
Talk a little bit about your love for hip hop. I mean, that's why you have a lot of shows here, because I know, I know I met you before, and I know a lot of the old school artists that you absolutely love.
When I was a kid, I went to North High School, and a handful of us started a hip hop crew when we were young,
Nice.
14.
Were you a breaker? What did you do?
I made beats. So
Okay.
I wanted to be like in a rock band when I was a kid, so I could play bass.
Okay.
And then by playing bass, I ended up getting a drum machine, because it was like cheaper than getting a metronome. Honestly, you could get like a little cheap drum machine. And when I got into playing with the drum machine, and I always listened to hip hop, that kind of became something where I kind of got into making beats. So then we would, it was kind of a group of us where I would make beats, we all rapped. Nobody could dance. We were not those guys. But we stuck with it, and over the years we've done, little tours and made a lot of relationships, and we played around Denver a lot and kept a lot of those relationships going. So whether it's someone I know personally, or it's a friend of a friend, or somebody knows how to get in contact, or someone hit up them so they hit up me, whatever.
Right.
It's gotten to the point now where I can really get some really cool guys in here,
All right, Zach, we got some food here, man. I know you guys offer a lot of things, a variety of things. Explain to me what we got.
So to start, we went with 3 of the most popular dishes. The appetizer here is a fried ravioli. It's a 3-cheese ravioli with the house marinara sauce. And then the Scampi Diablo, I think universally with the staff, is our favorite dish. It's a house-made pappardelle pasta, blackened scampi. And then he does a vodka cream sauce with a dash of marinara, and he has a house-made jalapeno puree that he puts a little bit in there. So it's got a bite, but maybe a 4 out of 10. It's not crazy, And then the salmon with risotto, kind of a French and Italian fusion dish. So he's got the salmon, it's always cooked medium, so we have to let people know that, which is, in my opinion, how you're supposed to cook it, but some people like it
all the way,
more done.
yeah.
But it is served with a spinach risotto, and then a beer blanc, which is actually a French sauce. So that's a lemon and butter and white wine sauce. So it's kind of an Italian French fusion.
I can't wait to try it.
Yeah, we can't
they're
wait.
all very good.
And let the people know where you are, the address, what your hours are.
Yeah, we're open Tuesday through Saturday at 5 o'clock. We're located on Colfax between Glenarm and Tremont, so it's for 437 West Colfax. When people call the phone and they're trying to figure out where we are, I always try to say, oh, we're kind of by a couple blocks from the art museum or this. Finally, I'm like, we're in the alley of the Diamond Cabaret across from the jail. And they're like, oh, I know what you're talking
I know what
about.
you're talking about.
They've been to one or the other one.
Right.
And so, but it's nicer than it sounds.
And you say you post most of your events and all of that on Instagram.
Yeah,
so
we
what's
pretty
the
much use
IG?
Instagram. It's Bar Red Denver.
All right, man, let's eat. Thank you so much for all of what you do here in the city. And yeah, let's try some food.